style. Ringo TV. Ringo TV. Ringo TV.
Welcome to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions,
The #1 reactionary channel on YouTube.
I'm your host, Ringo. Make sure you click the like button, subscribe, and support the content.
Ringo TV.
Ringo TV Reactions. We in the building for another one. You already done know what it is. Make sure you get the likes up on the stream, fam. We gotta talk about this particular topic titled, "The Manosphere is filled with these types of dudes." Pretty much I'm doing a reaction video to a video that Willie D did on his channel. Again, y'all, welcome to the stream. Ringo TV Reactions. We got to talk about this video here because I think that Willie pretty much, he made a lot of sense and it needs to be talked about. A lot of times in these spaces, and this is a problem that I got to deal with. As a father of 4, as a husband, as a man of truth, I like to speak about different topics and different issues. But there seems to be a problem, especially on social media, where if you're just a man and you're talking about different topics, different issues, you're automatically placed in a category called the Manosphere. Now, it becomes problematic because you can want good for your people, but because you're a man, people will automatically identify you as those guys. See, the male sector of social media is a hiding place for a lot of guys that are just plain losers. We're talking about men that, in all sense and purposes, they have no success in no area of their life. We're talking about no success with women, family, finance, health, you name it. They're stuck. So they gravitate towards different spaces. Now, the problem with this is that I can make a video with good intentions to teach women, to help them grow, to become better. And because of the stigma of the manosphere, when women come around and they kind of stop by my platform, as soon as they see me talking and they hear me sharing anything that sound like those guys, they throw me in the same pot. And that's not fair, because it's bad for business. It's bad for getting the messages out. Because if you're looking at everybody as the same and you're not even paying attention to get to know who people are, then that just proves in your own personal life how you are. that means as soon as you look at somebody, you judge them right away. You don't get to know them. You just look at them, judge them, write them off. What kind of life is that? You understand? So now, again, we're in a space where a lot of men congregate that have nothing but failure. And what they do is they express this anger towards women. Now, I'm a family man. I don't got no time to be trying to rile men up so that they could be angry with women. At the same time, I got to deal with the issues. I got to deal with women that are led by their emotions, that they don't sit long enough in class to pay attention. Instead, they just say, oh, you're just like that guy. Oh, you're just like that guy, because they got a problem with everybody. So no matter what man speak, he must be a part of this manosphere. Do me a favor. When you have time, go to my community section. The community section on this channel, go there. Scroll down, scroll all the way down to my first post. Look at the date, look at the timestamp, and read what I wrote. It says, don't associate me with a manosphere. I don't got no time for that. See, in case you don't understand the history, there has always been a manosphere. You have what is known as the white manosphere, which was originally manosphere. Then you have something called the black manosphere. And it have grown, and at the same time, it has changed. And for the most part, the change wasn't for the better. The change was for the worse. Because it originally was supposed to be a space where men teach other men on how to be men. It wasn't a space where you argue about women. It was a space where young brothers that don't have a father figure, men that may need some guidance, a brother that may need a job, he can come to that space where other men congregate and they can share their thoughts and their ideas. They can have a network of men that might go through certain struggles and they can all gain encouragement. You understand? Gain information and knowledge about different topics, even dating. And for some reason, it went from a place that helps men, a place that is supposed to empower young men, especially young men that don't have no fathers. Instead, it turned into an amusement park. You understand? It turned into a place where you have men that are so angry with life that they come there not for help, not to be better men, but they're looking for a reason to get angry, which is no different than when women come on social media that may be dealing with various issues. They go to platforms and they go to videos just to get themselves angry. They follow other social media influencers, not because they're trying to get help, not because they're trying to be a better person. They're going there so they could get mad, so they can argue with somebody. Well, the same thing that's happening with women is happening to men. What is known as the manosphere has become a place where men that have major issues gravitate to, not to become better, but to argue, to get angry, to justify why they're angry. And one of the main issues is not them not having a job, not their health and fitness. Their primary objective is they don't like women. And that's the message that's being pushed. If you look around social media, it has gotten to the point where a lot of men, all they do is argue about women. And they express this type of hate all day. There's no solutions being brought. There's no, okay, this is what we need to do to better ourselves as men. No, it's just anger all day. And then what's happening is the younger men that are coming up in the game, they're being influenced to think like that, talk like that, act like that. Most of these men that spew certain rhetoric, they don't got no family, they don't got no children, they don't got no wife, but they're mad all day. And I'm beginning to realize it's not that they are mad. It has become a business of just keeping angry men angry, keeping the customers thinking the same way. In other words, just as you would have a person that's on drugs and they're high, let's keep them high on hate. Let's keep giving them a reason not to like women. Now, I get it. I understand all the issues that men deal with. But when is it going to get to a point where men start to elevate themselves, do what they got to do, stop wasting their time complaining? You could talk about different issues, but with what we see on social media is an epidemic of sadness. And whenever you try to address these issues, these very same men will say, oh, you're pandering towards women. So let me get this straight. Me trying to hold you guys accountable for what is clearly being displayed, which affects all of us as a whole, because I'm holding you accountable and speaking plain, that means that I'm pandering towards women. Notice how the first thing they say is, you're pandering towards women. Why? Because they don't like women. That's why. Do you see this? They don't say, oh, you have a problem with this or that or the other. No, their first thing is, you're pandering towards women. When all I do is hold everybody accountable. See, I'm a teacher. That's what I do. All my content is based on education. Education with entertainment, but mainly education. That's what I focus on. I can speak for hours upon hours upon hours. I'm not even getting paid to do these videos right now, but I do it because this is what I love to do. Do you understand me? So the video with Willie D, it needs to be talked about. He ain't called no names, but he put the message out in the algorithm. Now, many other guys tried to do this, but he have a larger platform. So I'm only trying to echo his words because I've been talking about this for a long time. And it seemed like anytime you try to talk about these issues, you're labeled a panda bear. You're pandering towards women. I don't got nothing to gain by making this video. Number one, I'm not gaining no money because my channel been demonetized. Number two, it's not gonna make women like me anymore because when I talk about women issues, they don't like me either. So there's really nothing to gain. It's all about bringing the truth and making sure that people understand this. You see, here's the thing. If I talk about issues regarding men, men get upset. If I talk about issues regarding women, women get upset. Why? Because we're emotional. Our people are too sensitive and they don't want to take personal accountability for their life. The reason why the so-called Manosphere is a problem for predominantly black men is because a lot of men are hiding behind different platforms because they got secret hate for women. Listen, I can't even tell you the amount of men that they come to my platform when I talk about issues regarding women. Let's say, for example, I make a video and I'm trying to teach women how to be wives, how to be more submissive. You'll have these guys that don't like women. They'll come to my platform and they'll be in the chat. Get him, Ringo, get him. Now, one thing you have to understand about me is nobody could come over here to this platform and put a battery in my back. So that's not gonna work, right? You're not going to come over here and put a battery in my back so I can join the bandwagon and doing all of that buffoonery and madness. I don't do that. You understand? But from time to time, I got these men that they come over here because I'm trying to teach and hold women accountable. It's like they get pleasure. They get pleasure out of this. It's like when you talk about women issues, they get pleasure. If you look at social media right now, if you just look at YouTube and look at all of the male channels, that all they do is talk about women all day, every day, all day, all night, every single day. Women, 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 every day. If you notice, those type of channels, there's a congregation of men that hate women, number one. They don't even like their own life, right? And if you're not careful, if you're a creator who you don't participate in that madness, you will even attract those kind of guys. And this is basically what Willie D is talking about. You understand? Now, again, I'm a father of 4. I love women. I have a black woman as a wife. I practice polygyny. Why would I hate women? But see, the perception that is given through social media is that anytime a black man or a man in general speak concerning accountability for women or what men want, he's automatically looked upon as, here's the famous word, a misogynist. Controlling. He don't like women. He's a hater of women. You see this? And that's unfair because the intentions of that particular man is trying to educate you to be better. But because of the bad apples that are around, everybody got thrown into the same pot. And see, this is the issue that a lot of people just don't want to talk about. But see, by me talking about this, all of a sudden, here's the men. You're pandering towards women. Now you don't like the brothers. Now you're hating on us brothers. No, you just don't want to be a man. You just don't want to grow up. There's so many things in life that we could be doing right now. But yet, we spend our time on social media not trying to better ourselves as men, but hating women all day. Why would you as a man congregate even on my platform? Because I know there's a few guys around that's in the clouds, in the chat, they subscribe, and they don't like women. They don't. They're not trying to build a family. They don't want children. They can't stand women. But the only thing they do is they come around here and various other platforms because they're looking for something to make them high. Some of these guys would give you cash apps, super chats, if you talk more about women. This is their drug. This is their high. So what I want to do is I want to take a listen to the brother. I want you to hear what he got to say, and we're going to break this thing down. Because it's a problem. It's a serious problem on social media here. And the sad part about this is, because of this issue, women don't know the difference. See, ladies, you have been given a space by which you and other women can talk about all the issues you don't like about men, all the issues of what you require in a man, and you're free to do so. You're free to go ham. But see, men, it's like we don't even have a space. And then when we get a space, it has been infiltrated by other men and their personal agenda. So what it does, it makes all men look the same. And this is why it's even difficult on this platform to even try to talk to women. You understand? Any topics, let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you realize how serious this is. And it's a problem. It's a problem, especially if you're a woman. This is a problem. Anytime I talk about any issue regarding a woman, I'm unsubscribing. Anytime. Any video I got where I try to teach women to encourage, hold them accountable, show them where they're missing the mark, to make them understand men, I'm unsubscribing. So you don't want to listen to nothing. So why do you watch my videos? I'll tell you why. Because you want to get angry. The same thing that guys do, women do. Women will go around to platforms, not because they want to learn anything, not because they want to see where they're missing the mark, to see how they can improve, how they can be a wife, how they can find a good man. No, it's so that they can hear something to get angry. And that's the same thing that men are doing. Men are going through social media, searching, typing his way, looking for content. Here go a video. The 5 steps of why you need to leave women alone. Let me listen to this. And then they get more angry. And then they find another video. The 3 steps to why women are causing you problems. And they're getting more angry, and the battery is in their back. You see them in the comment section going crazy. They're not trying to learn nothing. And don't let a woman enter the live chat. Oh man, I feel sorry for you. Because if you're a woman and you enter the live chat, these particular men are going to begin to go off on you. This is what they're going to do. They're going to go off on you if you're a woman, because they don't even want you in the chat. It has gotten so bad that some of these guys, they don't even want women around. They don't. Now understand, there are principles and there are barriers that shouldn't be crossed. If men are talking about men issues, right, and a woman enters the building and tries to tell men how to do what they need to do, you should know that that's a problem. No different than if you have a female space and a man walk in and say, you ladies shouldn't be doing this and y'all shouldn't be talking about that. That's disrespectful. Why would a man come into a woman's space telling them how they should have their discussions? So, let's be reasonable. A woman should never come into a male space and tell men how they should be talking. You understand? But now here's the problem. We understand the ground rules, but there is a group of men that come to social media every day to congregate in these spaces. And I don't like it. I don't like when people associate me with other people. Don't associate me with nobody. Do you understand me? The only brothers, if anything, that you can say, okay, Ringo is comparison to this and that is only brothers that are in the truth. And I always shout them out all the time. Pastor Dow, you got New Breed, you got brothers like Mark the Messenger, you got, I'm not sure if I said Rollo, you have any brother that's in the truth. And I'm talking about brothers that you see me talk about, associate with, I'm in their chat. Those are the only brothers that we break bread with and we talk behind the scenes. All these other cats in these YouTube streets, I don't rock with them. Respectfully, they doing their thing, I'm doing my thing. Don't associate me with nobody. I don't talk to these cats. Do you understand me? Because a lot of these cats is doing things that's not within my character. That's why I can't rock with them. Do you understand me? Some cats, you can't tell them nothing. But when people start associating you with this one and that one and this one and that one, that's like putting me in a lineup at a crime scene and saying, he was with them. I was with them. No, you got me mistaken. Do you understand me? And this is the problem with what is known as the Manosphere. It has turned into a jungle where it just gives men a bad name. No matter who you are, You could be a man doing videos about comic books and talk about, well, in this comic book, so-and-so got married and his wife wasn't submissive. And as soon as you say that, everybody will be on you. Oh, he's misogynistic. You see him? Yeah, he's a misogynist. Can't even talk no more. Can't even be yourself no more because people are constantly associating you with this one and that one. Why and when are we as men going to begin to focus on family development? When are we as men going to focus on family growth, health and fitness, business? Why is it that we focus more on all of this hate? Because that's what it is. And that's how women see it. Because as a man, if all you doing, and see some of these guys, if you listen to their channel, they cussing women out like they crazy. And I'm trying to figure out, fam, if that's what you're doing all day, you're not gonna survive on YouTube. Like seriously, if you really trying to do YouTube as a business, as a man, and all you do is go off on women all day and cussing like you crazy, your titles have a bunch of cuss words, you're just flipping and wilding out, you're not gonna be here long because it's not a space for that. You're creating a toxic environment. That's no different than you at work. And you're just going off. You know, on the 9 to 5, you cannot be going off on a 9 to 5, flipping on women and cursing women out and going crazy. Now, granted, you got other women on social media that's doing that against men, but do two wrongs make a right? Do two wrongs make a right? If women are doing that and they're going off on men, cursing men out and going crazy, why do you brothers feel the need to do the same thing? Why don't you brothers focus on business? Why don't you brothers focus on talking about the real issues? Even if you're critiquing accountability with women, why can't you do that in a professional manner so that women can try to listen to you? See, on this platform, I've improved a lot. Those of you who know me from back in the day, you know what kind of things I used to talk about. Those of you that are on my Patreon page and you see some of my classic videos and how I used to go off on various topics, I had to clean up a lot of stuff. You know why? It wasn't helping me. Now, I was never no hater of no women. Do you understand me? At the same time, I understand that this is a business. And when you at work, you cannot be at work going crazy. There are policies that you gotta follow. There are guidelines that you gotta follow. There are things that you have to follow. But for some reason, a lot of men come on social media because they don't really got nothing to lose, because they don't even got nothing. And that's the problem. When you got men that don't got nothing to lose and they come to social media, they'll begin to influence other men. This is why I don't like watching a lot of different content creators, because if you listen to them long enough, you start to mimic certain things. That's why I roll solo. Do you understand me? It's very important that we understand this. A lot of creators are influencing young men because they're young and impressionable to become just like them. I'm seeing young men talking about this and that and all this other stuff. Those young men are destroyed because men that should be their elders, guiding them, they're not guiding them. They're teaching them to be bitter and angry. Now again, guys, hear me out. I know women are out here doing things. I know there are female creators that are just going off on men. Let them do it. Why do you guys resort to the same female tactics? Why do grown men resort to the same ideology that women succumb to? Why not teach these young men about business? Teach them how to make money. Teach them how to get their health and their fitness going. Teach them how to find a quality woman, rather than just concentrating and going off on women all day. Because it's not profitable and it's not gaining us nothing. And it's making all of us brothers look like we all crazy. Imagine, I'm a husband and I got women that will come to my chat and be like, oh, he's mad because he can't get a woman. mad because I can't get a woman. When have I ever made any videos complaining about me not being able to attract women? Are you kidding me? And I don't even have to brag about anything, but that's the least of my worries. Do you understand me? But this is what they do. And they do this because they look at other guys that are so-called incels, involuntarily celibate, or whatever you want to call it. Then you got the guys going their own way. Then you got the simps. So you got all different types of guys. And they're mad about their own life and their own struggles. We all go through struggles. But just because you're going through a struggle, why your focus is women 24 hours a day? Why can't you self-improve who you are as a man? Why can't we as men look at ourselves and start to judge who we are and see how we can improve as a man? I've improved as a man greatly over the years. Anybody that's been watching my content over the years, you notice I cleaned up a lot of stuff. I used to be cussing like I'm crazy. I used to be going off. And what did I do? I cleaned all of that mess up. Because as you mature and as you grow, you start to realize the mistakes. You start to realize certain things ain't benefiting you. And nobody ain't going to listen to you if all you're doing is cussing women out all day. They're not going to listen to you. Number one, your channel never going to grow. I promise you. If you're a man and all you're doing is cussing women out all day, your channel is never going to grow. It's never going to grow. Do you understand me? The only growth you'll see is of men that hate women. They're going to be your main core audience. And you wondering why you don't get the support you need. They're not going to support you. They're just there for the entertainment. Because when you do your videos, you don't even realize that you're being used by the devil to fulfill their lust. You're helping them to be entertained. So let's get into this clip, fam. Let's check out what the brother had to say. That's my introduction, by the way. Let's hear what the brother got to say. Let's break down this particular video, share our commentary about this. So you ready? Let's take a look at what he had to say. And I'm pretty sure you may have heard me say similar things in the past, but at the same time, I want you to hear from him because it may come across different. Now, in his video, he said some things that I'm going to have to correct respectfully. At the same time, the core message in his video is what needs to be pretty much talked about. And I want to share my response about this thing. Let's get into this.
What's up, family? Warning, if you're easily triggered by accountability and critiquing, change the channel. Change the channel right now. Okay, here we go. It's time to talk about the Manosphere. I'm sure you guys have heard of it by now. If you haven't, the Manosphere is a collection of blogs, websites, and forums where people generally congregate to discuss masculinity, gender roles, and issues with women. Men are primarily in that space, but there are some women in the space. I think it's a good idea for men to have a space where they can go and talk about their issues.
That's right. There should be a space where we can go and talk about our issues, just like women have spaces where they can go and talk about their issues. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is when we have toxic men that come into these spaces. And again, I am not a part of no Manosphere. I am a content creator doing my own thing. Don't associate me with any of these groups because I get tired of that. It is very discouraging when people send you messages like, hey, you're just like this person and you're just like that person. I'm like, really? Do that person have a family? Do that person has a wife? Do that person take care of their children? No, they don't. They don't even have none of that, right? So don't associate me with these people. But let's get back to this.
Forever, women have been able to do that. And women have been able to be free to express themselves.
Free.
Without judgment. And now this Manosphere thing has pretty much taken over the internet.
Yep.
And you can't deny men are now telling women what they want.
Now, the problem is men are telling women what they want, but most of these men are not men. Most of these men that are talking all these different things about what they want from women, most of these men are not even men. Now, what do I tell you guys? What do I teach on this platform? What, guys, let me see if anybody been following the classes. What are the 4 things that I teach men on this platform? Let's see if any guy that's viewing can put them in the chronological order that I placed them in. What are the 4 things that I teach men all the time? Let's see who's paying attention. Let's see if guys listen to learn. Because if you follow those 4 things, I promise you, you're not going to be like these other guys that want to argue with women and be mad all day. Let's see what we got. God first, health, finances, and women. Only one person knows. Only one person, SK said, first God, health, finances, and women last. There you go. There you go. But see, a lot of you guys that are in this so-called manosphere that argue and go crazy over women all day, the reason why you're bitter and angry and hate women is, number one, you put women first. So you're thinking about women all day, right? You're thinking about women all night, all day. And then your money not right. So because of the money situation, now you're also pissed off and angry, right? You're not getting the women you want. And then the money situation is effed up. And then your health and fitness is not right. A lot of you brothers that be bitter and mad all day, your health and fitness is not right. You haven't been in the gym in 15 years. You're gaining weight. You have major issues. You don't want to work out. And on top of that, to add insult to injury, most of you guys, you don't have a relationship with the Heavenly Father. You hate the Bible. You hate the Most High. You hate brothers that speak the truth. You hate all of this stuff. So this is why you're bitter. This is why the majority of these type of men have issues. They're chasing women around, but they can't seem to attract the woman they like. And it's because of who these guys really represent themselves as. Do you understand? So they're upset. And most of these guys are in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, and they spend eternity on social media, arguing and getting upset. And this is what they do every single day. And then you have young, impressionable men coming up in the game, looking for guidance, coming to social media, looking for videos, looking for content. And what do they find? Guys saying, do this, do that, X, Y, and Z, pump and dump, smash and dash, all this nonsense. And what happened? These young men become 2 times worse than those guys. Now, of course, there are men in social media that hold women accountable. They hold men accountable, and they teach with a balanced message. But because you have toxic creators, toxic ideology, when women come to the spaces, they see you all as the same. Do you understand? So now all men are being judged by a few, no matter who you are. So if I make a video and I talk about dating, and I talk about marriage, I talk about polygyny, what happens with women? They get upset. I'm not sharing no man, I'm not this and that. And I'm saying to myself, like, fam, if you want a guy to just be with just you and you want monogamy, why are you upset with me? Because I teach polygyny. I'm giving you the reality of what life is really like. No man is monogamous, no matter how you see it. So if you really think that you're gonna go out there and find a monogamous man that's gonna be with just you and only you, then be my guest. Go find him. Go. Why would you come to my platform and be mad with me? Because I teach men polygyny. Why? Go find the guy you believe is gonna be with just you. I already done told ladies, no man is ever going to be just with you. He's never going to be with just you. It's not in his nature to be monogamous. He may be with you for now, but when he walks the street, he's going to see other women that he's going to be attracted to. And you can never stop that. But my point is, why would you be upset with me? Because I'm teaching both men and women life. This is reality. You understand me? And the proof of this can be found with this. If you're a woman and you disagree with polygyny, you disagree with a man having more than one woman, you disagree, I have a question for you. If you're in your 30s, 40s, and 50s, why is it that at the age you're at right now, you've been involved in multiple relationships with men throughout your whole life? Follow me now. Again, remember, you're educated, right? Okay, so you should know how to pay attention when a professor is speaking, right? Okay. If you believe in monogamy and having one man who's just with you, and you're a good woman, because that's what you believe. You believe you're a good woman, right? Okay. At your age, your late 30s, 40s, and 50s, as a good woman who believes in monogamy, how is it that you've been in so many relationships throughout your life, over and over and over and over, man after man after man after man, dating, pregnancy, and up to now, many years later, you still don't have a husband. Talk to me about that. But see, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy because I'm giving you a clear mirror. I'm showing you the mirror. I'm making you see. You don't see that there's a problem? Now, is the problem that men are just cheaters and men are no good? Or the problem is you just don't understand men. You just don't understand male nature. Because society taught you one thing that is not true. Or you're just choosing men that just don't want you. See, you cannot deny the truth. But see, this is the part where I get 2 or 3 women, I'm unsubscribing. If you unsubscribe, your problem is still the same. It's not going to get better. See, when you say you're unsubscribing, you know what you're saying? You're saying that I am causing your problem. That's crazy. How could I cause your problem? If you believe in what you believe in, why you don't have the results? Why? I don't believe in monogamy. I don't. I understand what the Bible says. So that's why I teach what the Bible says. But for some reason, women don't want to hear that. This is why, me personally, I don't talk to women that is anti-polygyny. I say that in my videos all the time. I tell women, don't holler at me. Don't send me a DM message if you're not pro-polygyny. Don't waste my time. I don't care how fine you look. I don't care how cute you look. Look, you see me? I'm telling you. Now, a lot of guys, they're not going to tell you that. They're going to play games with you. They're going to lie to you. They're going to manipulate you. I don't got time to manipulate women. I tell them straight. If a sister is not pro-polygyny, don't talk to me. Don't waste your time with me. Because this is how I move. See? There's no sugarcoat. No lie. No, oh, I misled you. I manipulated you. I'm a narcissist. No. I'm telling you straight. I practice polygyny, which means you're going to share me with another woman. Right? Okay, so if you don't want a guy like that, right? Why is it that every guy that you get with, seem to always end up with another woman. Think about that. See, what I find in today's day is that a lot of women, they don't want a man that's honest. They really don't. I could be as honest, upfront, and clear with my intentions. Women will still get upset. Look, ladies, the way I look at relationships, I don't look at them the way you do. When I see a sister, a woman, my focus is family. My focus is getting with a woman, vibing with her, getting to know her, breed her up so she can have my children. Because I'm a family man. This is what I believe in. Legacy, wealth building, growing. That's the whole meaning of life. You see it differently. You want to get with a guy, play this fairy tale, right? That don't exist. You're not thinking about family. You're not thinking about growth. You're not thinking about none of those things. You're not thinking about legacy, wealth building, nothing. And that's why your situation is not going nowhere. You're getting with men, but they're not staying because they're with another woman. I try to get women to understand this is how men are. So when you get with a man, understand male nature. But you got to get with the right kind of guy. What do I always teach women in my videos? Avoid the whoremonger male. The whoremonger male is typical of what I talked about in yesterday's stream. The guy that just want to go out there, bang women, and leave them. I don't teach that on this platform. I don't teach men to get with women, bang them, and leave them. I don't teach that. I teach men to get with women, keep these women in their life, build a family. Listen, ladies, do you realize you're growing old? Do you realize that a lot of you ladies, when you look at your hair, you see gray hair coming in? You still don't got no kids yet? You still don't got a husband. You still don't got a man yet. You still don't got that. But you have gray hair coming in. You still, so you have never been pregnant before. So what's your purpose? Just dating? Just getting with a new guy, get intimate with him, get with a new guy, intimate, new guy, intimate, new guy, intimate. Like, do you see where this is going? But see, I'm the bad guy if I tell you this. See, a strong woman that claims she's strong would sit back and say, you know what, man, Ringo, yo, that's some real good information. I didn't see it like that. Yeah. You're missing out on your purpose. Your purpose is to be the helpmate to a man. Your purpose is to bring forth children. That's your purpose. But you don't want that. You want to be like a man. You want to party. You want to have a man under your control. And up to now, you still don't have it. And I try to make you understand it so you can avoid being insecure, having the trauma, the drama, worrying, being jealous. You know what being jealous means, ladies? You want me to give you a crash course on being jealous? Look, as a woman, if you're jealous, the jealous type, you know what you're saying? You fear losing your man to that woman. So if you're the type of sister that is jealous, I ain't sharing no man, I don't care about that polygyny stuff, Ringo, you crazy, I ain't dealing with that. Okay, cool. You can stay single. Because I don't want you. Like I said, I don't got time for headaches. I don't got time for women playing games. I only rock with women that is in support of polygyny. If she's not in support of that, hey, go over there. I don't even want to be around you because it's going to be a waste of time. Like, seriously. Stay in your monogamous world. Let me know 10 years in advance, 10 years in the future. Let me know when you found that husband that you in search for that's going to be with just you. I guarantee you he's not there. But you don't want to listen to me. Now, remember, ladies, I am a husband right now. I am in the office of a husbandman, a father. So I have the experience long term. So I know the good, the bad, and the ugly. A lot of you ladies are listening to guys. They don't got a girlfriend. They don't got a wife. They don't got children. They don't got nothing. They don't got no experience. None. Now, when it comes to you hiring somebody to come to your house to do a job, let's say, for example, you want to hire a plumber. You want a plumber that just got on the job or a plumber that got experience? Tell me. I just want to know. I want to know. If you want somebody to do repairs on your house, do you hire a carpenter that just learned what a hammer is? Or do you want a carpenter or a contractor that been in the game, that understand what relationships are like? You would want to talk to somebody that has the experience. But it seems like women in today's day, they don't want no guy that have the experience. They want a man that have no experience. And you wonder why you keep getting the same results. You're dating a novice. You're dating somebody, number one, that don't even have the ideology or mindset or the will and mental fortitude to be in a relationship. And you're expecting him to be with you forever. That's crazy. It's not gonna work. And I tell you this all the time, but you look at me, I'm unsubscribing. And you get mad. And then you associate me with those guys from the Manosphere. Are you seeing how this is it? Are you seeing what's going on here? You would only hire a professional to do a job. Look, there are certain things. I'm a skills trades guy. I got many skills under my belt of building and doing all sorts of stuff. But there are certain things I don't know how to do. There are certain things as a man I just don't know how to do. So if I was hiring somebody for the job, I'm gonna hire a professional. I'm not gonna hire a novice. So as a woman, when it comes to relationships, why do you get involved with men that are novice? Why do you get involved with men that have no experience? You got with a guy, he don't got no woman, he ain't intimate with no lady, but you're expecting him to have, quote unquote, good D game. You're expecting him to know how to make love to a woman when he don't even have experience with women. See, sometimes my messages are too logical for the average mind to comprehend. Now, you may be wondering, what does all of this have to do with the Manosphere? It has a lot to do with it. Because you have two opposing voices. You got voices of men that don't like women, and then you have men that love women and want to see changes on both male and female sides. We have to come together. There is a war going on, a gender war. Do you understand me? There's a gender war. We're not building families. A lot of you brothers are growing old. You don't got no children. You don't got no offspring. You don't got no ladies. You don't got no wife. You don't got nothing. You got gray hair coming in. A lot of you ladies, you don't got no husband, no children. And the women that has children, you're stuck in a world where you got children from this guy and that guy and that guy, but you don't got no husband, which means it's even more difficult for you to find a man because of your circumstance. So we're in trouble. This is a mess. There is a major war happening here. But what do? We stay on social media and we arguing all day, arguing. You got the women group, they hate men. You got the men's groups, they hate women. What's the end goal? Can't you see that they turned us against one another? They're supposed to be black love. They're supposed to be black men with black women building. But when I talk about these topics, ladies get upset and the guys get upset. If I hold men accountable, oh, you pandering towards women. You're a simp. If I talk about men issues, all of a sudden I get like 15 new subscribers of women. I promise you, when I talk about men issues, women subscribe. And then within the same week, if I make a video about women issues, those same 15 women unsubscribe. Something is wrong with us mentally. We want to hear what we want to hear, but we don't want to change as a people. I'm going to wind this thing back to the beginning so we can listen to this, because I'm teaching. I told you, my whole platform is about education. There is no way you can listen to my platform and be dumb. You're supposed to come up higher in knowledge if you watching my videos.
What's up, family? Warning. If you're easily triggered by accountability and critiquing, change the channel. Change the channel right now. Okay, here we go. It's time to talk about the Manosphere. I'm sure you guys have heard of it by now. If you haven't, the Manosphere is a collection of blogs, websites, and forums where people generally congregate to discuss masculinity, gender roles, and issues with women. Men are primarily in that space, but there are some women in the space. I think it's a good idea for men to have a space where they can go and talk about their issues. Forever, women have been able to do that, and women have been able to be free to express themselves without judgment. And now this Manosphere thing has pretty much taken over the internet. And you can't deny men are now telling women what they want. Men are telling women their desires, what they expect out of them. And some guys are being criticized for that.
Now, I want to address something here. I want to address this comment that I see here because I want to show you exactly what's happening in today's day, ladies. I want to show you exactly what's happening here, right? First, let me do this so that I can have a record of this. This right here is a very serious problem. And I'm going to show you because this young lady might think that it's innocent. There's nothing wrong. And there is nothing wrong, but there is something wrong. And I got to talk about it because as an educator, I got to speak my mind. Perfect for the Lord said, I have no kids. Thank God. I don't care for relationships. I build on my own, got my own, and have everything I want and more. Life is good round here. I live a great life. Do you see? Now, ask yourself this question, ladies and gentlemen. Now, listen to what I'm about to say. Listen to this. Now, watch this, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for the truth? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for the truth. I'm going to show you exactly what I talked about earlier. I'm going to show you this. Watch this. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to share the truth right now. Because she said, laughing out loud, I knew it. Now, remember I told you that women come to my platform not because they want to learn anything, not because they want to grow, not because they want to be a wife, not because they want education. No, they come here because they want to argue. Remember I told you that, right? Now, check this out. I'm going to explain this to you now. She says, I have no kids. That's great. Good for you. I don't care for relationships. Why are you here? If you don't care for relationships, why do you watch videos about relationships? And see, ladies and gentlemen, this is the problem that's going on. I told you in the beginning, they come to my platform not because they want to learn. It's all entertainment for them. For them, it's entertainment. Now think about the mindset. Because I need for you ladies that are desiring to have love, relationship, and X, Y, and Z. We're not focused on her. She don't want no relationship. I don't really care about that. What I've been doing is I'm using this as a teaching moment to show you the severity of the problem. because it sounds good. At the same time, it's problematic because think about this. Imagine if every woman was saying, I don't got no kids. I don't care for a relationship. I build on my own. I got my own and have everything I want, and life is good around here. Now imagine if every woman was talking like that. There will be no marriages, no relationships, no procreation. We're doomed, ladies and gentlemen. We're doomed. It's crazy. But see, this is what I'm trying to show you. Just like she said that, there are guys that are saying the same thing. There are men that come to my platform and they say stuff like, I don't got no kids. I got my own car. I got my own house. I'm not looking for no relationship. I'm not marrying no woman. I'm good. So what do we have? We have a generation of men and women that are separated and will remain separated. So guess what? We're not going to be multiplying. Do you understand me? Now, I don't even entertain women that have that type of mindset, because when a woman say, I got my own, I build on my own, I do this on my own, she just said, I don't need a man and I don't want a man and I'm good to go. Okay, cool. I don't got no problem with that. You could do you. My point is, why do women in today's culture want men to be traditional? Meaning, if they want a man, they requiring, oh, he got to make 6 figures. He got to be 6 feet tall. He got to do this. He got to do that. Why? If you can build your own, you have your own, you live in life good, and everything is good. Why? Why? And see, guys, matter of fact, let me focus on women. Ladies, the reason why a lot of guys don't even want to marry women anymore, don't even want to date, don't even want to do nothing with you, is because of that kind of ideology. Back in the day, women were vulnerable. They were more understanding of the role of a man, that a man would hold a door for them, take care of them. It's different today. So what happened is, because of the way women think, I got my own car, I got my own house, I don't need nobody, I'm good to go, I'm the. So guys are saying, hey, I don't need to be traditional no more. I'm not doing nothing for you, I'm not marrying you, I ain't doing nothing for you, but I'll lay up with you. So what we have is a generation where men are just laying up with women, and women are just laying up with men. And everybody got their house and their car, and miserable, both sides, miserable. Imagine that. I would never teach my daughters to think like that. That's a disaster. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this is my point. Now keep in mind, that's the only comment I will read from said individual. There's nothing else I need to talk about, because anything after that is irrelevant, because I know everything I need to know at this point. I could just focus on you. Once I learn that a woman, she don't even want a relationship, I already know what she's about. So my question that I always ask myself is, why do they follow me? Why? Why do people follow around a guy that always talk about relationships? It's wild, right? I mean, if you're a man and you don't want nothing to do with a relationship, why do you watch relationship type content? Why do you watch men that talk about marriage, dating, polygyny, children? Why? It goes back to what I taught. People gravitate towards platforms looking for something to argue with, something to argue about. Men do the same thing. Men will go to platforms looking to argue, looking to have a fight. And I'm like, wow, this is crazy. That's why I don't waste my time with women. That's why I make it very clear. If a sister is not pro-polygyny, leave me alone. I don't care how fine you are. None of that stuff matters to me. I don't care. I don't. Because I know that there are women out there that are in support. I'll get with them when the time comes. I'm not in no rush. Why? Because relationship with the Heavenly Father, health and fitness, focusing on your finances, doing your job, doing what you do best, and then you deal with women. You put them last. But we have been in a culture where when it comes to relationships, it's like we hate relationships. That's where we are right now, people. People in today's day hate the idea of a relationship. And I can guarantee you a lot of it have to do with the past of getting burned. I'm serious. The past of going through the headaches and the pain. So they just, I don't care about nothing no more. People grow bitter. It's just the way it is, fam. So let's get back to what he had to say. Let's go.
In fact, a lot of guys are being criticized for that.
And rewind it back.
Judgment. And now this Manosphere thing has pretty much taken over the internet. And you can't deny men are now telling women what they want. Men are telling women their desires, what they expect out of them. And some guys are being criticized for that. In fact, a lot of guys are being criticized for that. Not all guys who are in that space have the same type of energy.
There you go.
For example, there are some guys who genuinely hate women who are in that space.
Yep.
I mean, hate women.
Mm-hmm.
But
and you should be able to know that. You should be able to know the difference if you're a woman. Because I get judged all the time. You understand? I try to teach women truth so they could come up higher in their knowledge and be a wife, a mother. They don't want that. They want to be a boss. I just leave them alone.
There are guys who love women.
Listen again.
Who are in that space.
Listen again.
I mean, hate women. But there are guys who love women.
Yep.
And they just want to find that balance, be able to express themselves and tell women what they want.
There you go. Find the balance. Now, when you look at my content, just throughout this live stream, I've been fair and balanced. You don't hear me cussing women out. I'm just speaking the truth the way it is. We live in a generation and right now where most women, they want to be a boss, right? They're not interested in being a wife. They don't want to have children, none of that stuff. But they're being intimate with somebody. You find out somewhere down, they're being intimate with somebody. Trust and believe that. But the minute you try to tell them, okay, this is what I'm looking for in a woman, they get upset. It's just like how I just said. I'm not talking to no woman if she's anti-polygyny. I won't even waste my time. Now, think about this, ladies. If I just wanted to smash, it would be pretty easy for me to just lie. You see my point? It would be very easy for me to manipulate. It'll be very easy for me to run game. Tell you what you want to hear. Oh yeah, I'm single. Hey. Boom, 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 whoopity whoop. I'm at your crib getting it in, and then I'm out. But no, I don't say that. You know why? Because I keep it 1,000. So if a woman is anti-truth, anti-polygyny, anti-family, I leave them alone. I go my way. Because I don't got no time to get my energy drained. Because a lot of you brothers, you don't realize certain women, they can drain your life. And before you know it, you died at a young age because of stress. It's very important that you understand that. And then you got a lot of guys, because they don't have nothing that they live for. They don't do nothing with themselves. They spend them times stressing over women all day. They never focused on their goals. They never focused on their work ethic. They're not focused on their health and their fitness. This is why I tell you guys, Work out. When you're in your crib, take 30 minutes and put a workout in every day. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you got to do as a man. But if you're preoccupied with women all day, you're never going to go anywhere. If you're up under a woman's skirt all day, she's not going to respect you, number one. You understand? I don't put no woman first. The Most High is first, not a woman. Do you understand me? The Most High, my health and fitness, then my business, then women. Because see, without those three, I'm not going to be able to take care of that woman, and I'm not going to be able to take care of no children. But see, there are some women that'll get upset because I said that. What do you mean I'm not first? I'm looking for a man that's going to put me first. So you're looking for a man to worship you. You're looking for a man that's going to worship and bow down to you. That's what you're looking for, right? But yet, if his money is not right, you out the door. See, guys, let me tell you something, guys. The way you know when a woman is true, and I promise you this is real, when you're down and out, when your money is not looking right, and you see women switch up, they were never true. This is how you know a woman's heart. Will she rock with you when you lose your job? Will she rock with you if you lost your earnings? Will she rock with you if you're broke? You'd be surprised how many women will pack their things and walk out that door because they never really liked you. What they enjoyed was the lifestyle that you were providing. And the minute you bounce back, you get a text message. Fam, ignore it. I promise you, ignore that message. Because the greatest test you can give women is the test of loyalty. The test to see if they rock with you at all times, in all seasons. Not when everything is good, not when everything is popping, not when you got the nice car and a nice house. No, when they understand the good, the bad, and the ugly. Because I tell you a lot of times, guys, I promise you, when you're at the bottom, you'll be surprised how women switch. They'll switch up on you. I'm telling you, this is how it is. Because they don't want a man when he's at the bottom or he's at his beginning stages. They want a guy that's all the way up here. They got it all together already. Because their parents never taught them that men aren't born up here. Men gotta build their way up there. She don't want to be in the process of building. She want to be in the process when you're already up there. And then when you're up there, she's expecting you to be single. So you really think, sisters, that a man is going to build up his whole life to success and wealth, and he's going to be a single man? Are you kidding me? But this is the mindset of women. They really believe that these guys are single.
And I think it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a good thing to have these discussions from both sides. Forever women have been able to tell a man, I don't want no broke man. I want a man to be this tall. I want a man to have this much money. Well, now...
You see that? Women want this kind of guy that got money and all this other stuff. This is what women do.
You understand? Well, I want you to be this weight, this height. I want you to...
Mm-hmm.
I want you to be submissive. I want you to be cooperative. I want you to be this, that, and the third.
And when you tell them that, they get upset.
So, you know, it's a very popular space. I can see why it attracts so many guys. Now, the flip side of that is that it also attracts guys who hate women.
That's the part that we're trying to talk about. It attracts men that genuinely don't like women. Believe it or not, there might be some guys that are in the clouds right now viewing that don't like women at all because of something that happened in their past. And they're still mad about that. And they follow me around. they follow other guys around. There's some YouTube channels that all they do is talk negative about women all day. No solutions. They're not focused on the solutions. They're focusing on women all day. And that's it. And men who follow those platforms, none of those guys got a woman. They come there to get angry. They come there for their meal, their daily dose of hate. And then they go out and go to other platforms looking for more. So I could be making a video and they might walk into a stream right when I'm saying stuff like, women need to cook for their man. That's all they heard. They didn't hear the beginning where I talked about how men need to love their wives. They didn't hear that part. They heard the part that says, women need to learn how to cook for their man. And they'll come in the chat immediately. Tell them, Ringo. Tell them. These women don't be doing nothing. Man, forget them. I don't care about this. I don't care about... And you're looking at them like, what's the matter with this dude? He's angry. That's what's the matter with him.
It attracts guys who are simps.
Now, this is where I have to correct Willie D respectfully. It's not simps. These are weirdos. You understand? A simp is a man who does things for female validation. He's a guy that will go out of his way to please a woman so she can like him. In other words, let's say, for example, you're on the 9 to 5, there's a sister right there and you trying to holler at her. She made it very clear she don't want to talk to you. But what do is you come up to her and you offering her some lunch. You're offering to take her, to get some lunch. She already told you she don't want to date you. She don't like you, right? But you figure, well, if I could just be a nice guy, offer her on a date, maybe she'll like me. Now, she might even go up on your offer and take the lunch because you're a simp, right? So she'll take the lunch for free because you're a simp. That's the proper meaning, right? She'll go out with you to the restaurant to get the lunch, but that doesn't mean you're going to end up in bed with her. Do you understand the difference? You're not going to end up in bed with her. So you have a lot of guys that are like that. He'll take her to lunch and then he'll do this every day. There are guys that do this all the time in the 9 to 5. A woman that don't like him, she's not attracted to him, but he's doing things, trying to get her to like him, giving her compliments, telling her she's beautiful. That dress look nice, sister. I really appreciate you. But she don't like you. She told you. So why are you continually doing things, bro? You're embarrassing yourself. And see, yeah, she's gonna use you. And this is why I tell guys, it don't take a woman 20 years to like you, bro. As soon as a woman look at you, she should already have decided that you're the kind of guy she would sleep with. Straight like that. It don't take a woman 20 years to figure it out. Just like it doesn't take us 1,000 years that when we see a woman we like, we see a woman we like. You understand? But if you're a brother and you're buying a woman gifts, you're buying a woman this, you're taking her out to this place and that place, you're spending all this money to get the validation, to get her attention, to like you, you're a simp. That's what simps do. Simps take women out on dinner dates, spending money. She don't even like you, but she don't mind going on a dinner date because she's going to get a free meal. She was hungry that evening. That is the meaning of a simp. The men that the brother is talking about, they're not simps. Those are weirdos. Those are men that you would probably call an incel. Remember the brother that went out there and shot the people up in New York City? He was a follower of Kevin Samuels' channel. He had a whole YouTube channel. He's an incel. Do you understand me? Not a simp, because simps, they spend money. They're in women inboxes telling them they're beautiful all day. I keep telling you guys, stop complimenting women. Just stop it. Stop telling a woman she look good. You're embarrassing yourself. Just show yourself to be assertive, to make her know that you're interested in her. but don't tell her how beautiful she is and all this other stuff. Stop that. It's a waste of time. Do that once you get her. Once you know that she down with you, then you could give her that. But don't give her free validation. You're wasting your time, right? So who the brother is addressing right here are not simps. That's the wrong choice of word. You're dealing with incels and weirdos. You understand? You got to call it straight. These are incels and weirdos. The reason why I say incels, we're talking about involuntary celibate guys that are frustrated because they can't get women. Do you understand? And then you'll have, and here's another thing. You'll have some of these guys that are incels. They'll even get mad with me and come to my platform and say, I don't care about getting with a woman. I just focus on my business and I focus on me. Well, then why are you here? Why are you here? If you're focused on your business and you're focusing on your money and yourself and you don't care about a relationship or a woman, why are you here? Why are you telling me? It's because you know that what I'm saying applies to you. Do you understand me? It applies to you. You're just like those guys. Now, let's get back to the tape.
And here's the trip part about it attracting simps. The simps, they are attracted to any message that disparages women.
There you go. Any message. See, what Willie is basically saying there is, you could be a brother that have a platform, and your intentions is to bring men and women together. But in the course of your message, you may have talked about women in a position of accountability. Not necessarily disparaging women, but because the person, the weirdo, heard your stream, they click subscribe. Not because they support you. They support what you just said. Not you, what you said. Because they think that you're one of those kind of guys that think just like them. They're looking for other men that are toxic like them. Those are the guys they follow.
So even if a dude is in the manosphere and he's coming from a good space, if he's critiquing women, the simp gonna look at that critique as a criticism.
Wow.
And he is going to be attracted to that. So anything that holds women accountable, anything that looks like they might be hating on women, don't like women, want to beat up a woman, or think it's cool to shoot a woman in the foot and get away with it, you know, it's going to attract these type of guys, you know, these women beaters, haters, simps. And the trip part about it is that they'll call a guy who will not agree with that type of behavior a simp.
Now, at this point, he said that they'll call a person who don't agree a simp. Now, in that aspect, I would agree with Willie. The only difference is in the beginning when he talked about the men that are toxic, that they're simps. No, they're not simps. Those are incels. Those are weirdos. Those are toxic men. We got to call it what it is. Now, what those men will do, like Willie said, if I begin to speak against what those toxic weirdos are doing, the weirdos will say I'm a simp, meaning I'm doing what I'm doing or saying what I'm saying to please women for female validation. In other words, the only reason why you coming at us weirdos, incels, and toxic men is because you're trying to build your channel so that women can support your message, which would make you a panda bear. They try to shame you. So any accountability you put on these kind of toxic men, they're gonna deflect and say, you're a simp. Look at him. Look, Ringo, he's a simp. I caught him. He's trying to make women like him. You see how that is? So any sort of criticism you give these toxic weirdos, their response will always be, you're a simp or you're pandering to women.
But really, they're hiding behind the manosphere. They're hiding within the manosphere.
Hiding.
Acting like they're really the masculine guy, the prototype guy.
They're acting
like they're the prototype man.
the type of guy that women would want. A lot of these incels, weirdos, and toxic men that claim that they're alpha males are the biggest toxic men in social media spaces, because they act as if though they're the greatest catch, that all women want them. You understand? But really, these are the guys that just don't like women because they can't get the women, or they're just frustrated about other issues going on in their life. Because typically when a man is frustrated about other issues in his life, whether it's his health, finances, different things, he talks about women. Why? Because the women that he have are not supporting him, or they left him. Because a lot of these type of guys may have been living with a woman under a woman's roof, and she was the one helping him. And when she let him go, he grew even more bitter, took it to social media with all his anger.
Like, this is how a man is supposed to be. It's normal for me to want to be domineering to a woman.
And there's a lot of guys that are like that in the space. They act as if though as men, we're supposed to be toxic. This is where we get the toxic masculinity thing from. Now, of course, you're supposed to be a man that is very masculine and firm and assertive. At the same time, you're not supposed to be a pushover for women. But with most of these guys, they come on social media and they act like they just be knocking women around. And they say a lot of crazy things, and you be like, wow, did he just say that? Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know what's up. He tripping.
Normal for me to want to beat on a woman. Mm-hmm. It's normal for me to talk crazy to a woman and treat a woman like a second-class citizen. That's normal. So some of these spaces have actually normalized these dudes' behavior. And that's what's dangerous. That's the dangerous side of it. Mm-hmm. So, but we, as the people who do listen to guys in the manosphere, who do get information from these guys to better ourselves.
Now, see, right here, I understand where he's coming from. I just thought a better word, respectfully, would have been not to say manosphere. Because when you say manosphere, it make it seem like we're all in this group. You get what I'm saying? It sounds like we're all, like we all know each other, when we don't. But I get what he's saying, meaning men who look on social media. You see how I did that? Men who watch YouTube, men who watch other male influencers. We look at these male influencers to learn different things, understand certain things. A lot of times when we look at these guys, they're now being associated with those guys that are in the manosphere. To me, that's a way better way of putting it, because people will listen and they'll be like, so all those guys are a part of the manosphere? And that's what people will think. And it's not so, because I'm not a part of any manosphere.
We have to make sure that we don't allow the lines to get crossed up. Right. We got to make sure that we smash the gas on these simps and not allow these simps to mix in with us. Because
and the only way you're going to do that is you're going to have to make content. You're going to have to make content to address these issues. The same way he addressed the issue, it's like he's dividing the line right there. He's putting the line in front of him like, look. You see what I'm saying? He's putting that line. So what do you think I'm doing right here? I'm drawing a line right in front of me saying, hey, I'm on this side over here. I'm not over there. So don't put me in that category. You know what I mean? The way YouTube and social media should have been set up, it should have had like a category, like what group, what part of this social media network you're a part of. And it should have, your affiliation, and it should have a little, drop down menu that says Manosphere. That way, if you guys want to be a part of that club, it'll say right on your channel, oh yeah, he's a part of the Manosphere. Yeah, Manosphere. And I can basically say that I'm a free agent. I'm just over here doing my thing. Do you understand me? I'm not a part of no clubs, no cliques, and no gangs in social media. Because a lot of these guys come across like gang members where all they do is congregate together talking about women all day. I can't do that. You know what I mean? I cannot sit around all day talking about women. I talk about a variety of topics. If you look at my platform, we talk about a variety of topics. A variety. It's not the same thing every single day. Women, 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 women. That's a problem. And your channel will never grow.
A lot of them, again, they're hiding within the manosphere and they're trying to justify their behavior.
Trying to justify their behavior. And you might be asking why your channel never grows when all you talk about is women. Because the only audience that you're reaching are weirdos, toxic men, and incels. Those are the men that you're reaching. So your audience will comprise of those kind of men. And you'll notice your chat will have a certain amount of people, but your subscribers, it don't grow at all. And you're trying to figure out, I'm putting out content, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Why my channel not growing? Because you're not reaching no audience. You're reaching the same weirdos that you've been talking to for months and months and months. And this is true within the black sector of YouTube. A lot of guys they haven't figured it out yet. I'm throwing out game right here. And for some of y'all, it's gonna go in one ear, come out the next, because you're not paying attention. You talk about the same thing every day. Same thing. Women, women, women. And your channel doesn't grow. It doesn't go nowhere. And you're frustrated. You're trying to figure it out. Well, it's because you got a bunch of weirdos that follow you. You don't got actual men that got businesses, men that have productivity in their life, nor are you attracting women that got businesses and success. So you're not getting the support you need. You're not getting nothing you need, because the type of audience that you literally make videos for are toxic. All right, let's get back to the tapes.
And operate within the manosphere in doing so. A lot of these dudes, they ain't got nothing going on. They are broke.
Mm-hmm.
They don't believe in working.
They don't believe in that.
If they do work, if they get fired, it's everybody's fault.
It's everybody's fault. See, one thing as a man, you have to accept is accountability when something goes wrong. You understand? A lot of men don't want to work, and they complain when things go wrong. They blame everybody else. They blame everybody else. They don't look at themselves and say, well, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Maybe it's something I said. Maybe it's something I did, and correct it so you could be a better man. We don't know how to do that as men. Not saying all of you guys. I'm talking about the men that are widows, men that are toxic, men that are incels, that hate women. Those guys have a chip on their shoulder. And I keep telling you, a lot of times, ladies, and you can take this one to the bank. A lot of times when you have a lot of men that are very bitter and angry towards women, it's because their pockets is empty. It's because their career goals, it went down the tubes and they're just not working on it. They became lazy, idle, they're procrastinating, and they're mad because they're not doing what is needed to get back where they need to be. So they get frustrated with their woman. So a lot of times, if you ladies, you find yourself arguing with your man and you're wondering why he's like this, it's because he's mad about his own circumstances. This is a fact. A lot of guys not going to tell you that. But a lot of men that you see on social media that are bitter, I'm talking about bitter, they start platforms and all they do is talk about women and they're just going crazy. It's because they're mad at themselves. They're upset. Successful guys, listen, guys that are successful, guys that are on their way, guys that are happy about their life, happy with where things are going, guys that are productive, you don't see them hating women all day. They're not. If anything, they're talking about different things, trying to help you to improve, to become better. Because you got a lot of young men out here that need guidance. They weren't raised with their pops. So they might come to social media to look for some brothers that can get them some game on how to improve as a man. You know? Because most of us, we didn't have that game. You know what I mean? So it's up to us as men to have a better understanding of our responsibility, especially on social media. We're the leaders of today and don't even know it. This is not just a social media platform. This is an opportunity to reach people. This is an opportunity to make your voice be heard all over the world. It's power to have your voice streamed across the world and other people are able to hear you. That's power. And imagine the lives that are changed. Imagine people's lives that are changed just by watching this stream alone. You know, that means a lot to me. It should mean a lot to you.
They don't believe in taking care of their families. Some of these dudes are breeders.
Breeders.
That's right. They're breeders.
Breeders.
They don't take care of the children they have.
Nope.
They shouldn't count in the manosphere, but
That's
they're
true.
there.
They're there.
Hiding once again, using inflammatory language to make themselves feel better.
And they make themselves be more important than the guys that are actually putting in the work. This is another thing about social media. The guys who are the weirdos, the so-called alpha males, one thing they love to talk about is how alpha male they are. This is something that you'll hear with these type of guys. They love to talk about how alpha male they are and how extremely masculine they are. You understand? It's one thing to be a masculine man, but normally weirdos and incels and toxic men, they love to talk about how masculine they are. They hide behind that, I'm masculine, I'm masculine, and they stress it every time. Not once or twice, I'm talking about every time. And the reason why they hide behind the word masculine is because when they display their anger and their bitterness and their frustration, they want people to genuinely think that this is how a masculine man is supposed to be. So when young men see that, they resort to doing the same thing. They do the same exact thing. And that's bad.
To cause confusion.
There you go, confusion.
These guys, these are the same guys who have never been good with women, period.
Never. These type of guys never had a relationship. Never. They're not good fathers. They don't take care of their children. They don't pay no child support. They don't do nothing. They never spend time with their seed. Never.
A lot of them talk about their experiences with women. A lot of them don't even have experiences in real relationships because they're tricks.
That's true. They pay for the women that they deal with. They're constantly spending money being what? A simp. Now, right there, he was supposed to say simp. I don't know if he's going to say it after, but right there, he was supposed to say simp. Because if you're a trick, you're a simp. Because you're doing things for female validation. You're doing things for female attention. You got to buy what you get. They're not really good with women. They got to pay for things. They make and convince you guys that they're so great with women, but really they're not. It's a business to mislead you guys, you young and impressionable young men.
Anytime they've had sex, they had to buy.
There you go.
That's right. They had to pay for it.
They had to pay for it because a woman wasn't really physically attracted to them, but she was attracted to the money. See, when a woman is attracted to the money, she'll do anything with you in bed if she wants the money. But see, if you're a real man, a woman will be attracted to you just because of you. Has nothing to do with your money. This is why I said a guy could be broke. A guy could be down and out. A woman who like him is gonna always like him. It's not gonna change. It's not gonna change.
A lot of these dudes, when they are in relationships, they couldn't get along with no woman. And what does that tell you? It tells you that if you've had all of these relationships with all of these women and none of them have went right, listen fam, I get it. All good things must come to an end, but at least one or two of your relationships should have ended amicably, right? You know, we split because it didn't work out. Yeah, I was mad at the time, but you know what? We came back around and now we cool. We friends. We at least civil toward one another. But every single woman that you've ever been in a relationship with, you mad at, you still mad, made you hate all women.
That's because these guys have a history of bad breakups or just the frustration of unable to get the woman they want. And it be like that with a lot of guys because they come on social media, right? They hear these influencers say, guys, if you want a woman, do this, do this, do that. And then when they go do this, do this, do that, they get rejected. And they get more frustrated. And they get to the point where they just angry because they just want a woman. Not because they want to build a family. Most of these guys today, they're not even interested in building a family. I tell women this all the time. Most guys today just want to smash. If you're one of them guys that want to build a family, you know I'm not talking to you, right? But most guys today just want to hit it, quit it, and go on their business. They're not trying to wife up no woman. They're not trying to build anything successful. They just want recreational, getting it in. That's it. So because they're unable to achieve that goal, they go with their complaints to these particular platforms and they pay super chats because they're frustrated. And they're like, look, I followed everything you said and that I still got rejected. I can't stand these women. And this is what they're doing. They're coming to social media and this is how they're talking because they're unable to have success. If you're a man and you're having success with women, you're not going to be on YouTube or any social media page going crazy talking about women in a negative way. It's one thing to critique women. It's one thing to talk about different experiences you had. It's one thing to hold women accountable on trying to help them to grow better. But balance it out. Talk about men. If you see platforms and they're never talking about men and they're only talking about women, that's a problem. That's a toxic platform because you never hear them talk about men. It's like, so hold up. So men don't do nothing wrong? So hold up. All men are perfect? No, they're not. So why they only focus on women? That's how they get their support. That's how they make money. Because for most of these platforms, they can't talk about men. Because if they talk about men, they're going to lose the male support. Wow. They talk about the women because that's how the money is coming in. If they were to talk about men in any sort of critiquing negative way, they're going to lose male support because of the males that are bitter. They're going to be mad at him now. They're going to say you're pandering towards women. You're simping now. How you going to come against the brothers? This is what they're going to say. You understand? I remember when I first went against the passport bros, all the guys were mad with me. Why? Because they knew what they were doing. They were going overseas to bang women and lead them with babies. And when I called it out, they all got upset and said, yo, how you going to expose us brothers? You supposed to be down with the brothers. No, I'm not down with that mess. I got 4 daughters, clown. Why the hell would I be out here encouraging the kind of crazy behavior that you guys are doing? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? And I got 4 daughters, but it's okay for me to congratulate you guys going overseas, getting with underage girls to get it in and leave them with babies overseas because you know overseas the laws are different and you could just fly back to the United States and don't have to take care of no kids. That's what's going on. Half of these women overseas that are getting impregnated by American men who go over there as tourists, sleep with underage girls because this is what they're doing. Understand this, ladies and gentlemen. They're not getting over there and getting with grown women and wifing them up. It's not about going over there to find a woman. It's going over there to find a woman to get it in with. That's what the bottom line. Why would a man leave the United States to go overseas to look for women? He's going over there to fulfill his fantasies, y'all. I'm telling you.
How does that work out? How does that work? It don't compute to me.
Now check the clown out in the chat. Check that out. Now again, when you throw a pile of rocks out, the first one that get hit, the first dog that get hit is right there in the chat. What passport bro you looking at? LOL. You. Because you just exposed yourself. So obviously, you're the guy we're talking to. And see, this is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. Hit dogs are always hollering. They always hollering. Because if it don't apply to you, why are you talking? if it's not applying to you? Do you see how emotional they are? I don't even know this person from nowhere. What kind of passport bros you talking about? What kind of passport bros? That's who I'm talking about. And you just identified yourself as one of them. Wow. This is crazy. Do you see, ladies and gentlemen, how I'm teaching on one thing and all I had to do is mention passport and immediately the defense force came in. Do you see what I mean about the toxic men, the weirdos, the incels? How these are the guys that come to platforms and notice with signs and wonders, you see somebody in the chat. I'm telling you, man. I didn't even have to do nothing. They show their face. Let's get back to the tapes.
So to me, the common denominator is you. So stop trying to hide behind the manosphere.
And that's what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. You see what Willie just said? Hiding behind the manosphere. That person is hiding behind the manosphere. As soon as I called it out, as soon as I called out the agenda of what the passport bro is doing, he jumped out. What passport bros are you listening to? LOL. Guys like you. Number one, I don't listen to passport bros. I see what they're doing. And I know what they're doing. And if they weren't, why are you concerned? And see, my point is, these kind of guys, they listen to me in the clouds, hovering over like a fly, and they just lurking. And the only time they speak is when you talk about the things they're involved in. They never hit the Cash App. They didn't even hit the like button. I don't even know why the person is even subscribed. Like, I don't even know.
You give the dudes who are doing the real work a bad name.
The dudes that are doing the real work, you're giving them the bad name. The men that are out here teaching the real topics, speaking on real issues, they get a bad name because of guys like that. You see what we got to deal with? This is what we got to deal with, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me tell you something, fam. I've had my ups and downs in relationships. I've had my heart broken, and I've broken some hearts. You don't see me out here on the internet talking down on women all day, every day.
All day, every day. Now, when he say all day, every day, all day, every day, you got to understand what that means. We're talking about men that have a pattern of all they talking about is women. Every day, all day, every day. That's crazy. All day, every day?
I'm a man. So we're talking about manhood and masculinity. Take your bitter with your sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the first rules of manhood.
Yep.
Learning to take your bitter with your sweet. Fam, we have won a lot of wars together. But one war we can absolutely not win is a gender war.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't support nothing, nobody that don't promote bringing us closer together.
And see, that's the thing that I try to do. I try to bring black men and women together by building family. But for the most part, because of the lack of people paying attention to learn, they're unable to get the message. They're unable to think outside the box. And it makes the job difficult.
We are in a unity crisis. We need all hands on deck.
All hands.
But what say you? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we have for you. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think of the video. That particular clip is coming out of Willie D channel. I don't know, man. This is like, it's one of them things where you talk about these issues, they continue to do the same thing. You know, there's so many platforms that give men that are giving you real information a bad name. And no matter how eloquent I may speak, no matter how I may deliver a message, because people been trained to listen to men that just complain, even when you try to speak about issues that really help women and men, it's difficult to do that. I have the gift to speak. I can speak forever. I have the ability and insight to see things that other people can't see because I educate. That's all I do. And it's just unfortunate that in today's day, most men, it's like they can't get away from this topic of just not just talking about women, because you could talk about women. It's the way they talk about women. They don't talk about women to uplift and give proper criticism to build up. They just tear down and they express venom. And this is being done all day, every day. Hey, anyway, y'all, leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think of the video stream. We putting in work. It is what it is. If you're not doing nothing, you can come on over to the Ringo TV Raw channel. We will be over there next, where we're going to pretty much do a reaction video about OG Percy. So if you're not doing anything, I'll be back over that side in about 15 to 30 minutes. We'll go grab something to eat. I'm going to get back to work, do what I got to do. And it is what it is, fam. So again, peace and blessings to everybody in the chat. If you like my work, you want to contribute, you can do so via Cash App, $ Ringo TV Raw, or via PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. That being said, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all, because a lot of times people say they don't get my notifications. You got to click the bell and then highlight all so that you can be notified. So again, we're going to be over on the Ringo TV Raw channel live in about 15 to 35 minutes. So y'all be safe out there. Peace and blessings to everybody. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $ Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth, 100% raw and uncut. I'm out. Peace.